Hi, this screencast is the last part 3 of 3 on the dimensional analysis process. So in the first video, we saw how you convert from one unit to another. In the second video, we talked about how we convert when we have a unit on the top and a unit on the bottom, like converting from miles per hour to meters per second. So now we're going to add one more layer of complexity, and that's what do we do when we have cubes and squares in our problem. So for example, area, volume, those are units that are based on 2 and 3 dimensions. So when you want to convert these units, you need to treat them the same as a regular conversion, but you will need to cube or square all the pieces. So for example, if we're dealing with 1 foot equals 12 inches, then if we wanted to have cubic feet, then 1 cubic foot would equal 12 cubic inches. So it ends up being that 1 cubic foot is like saying 12 inches times 12 inches times 12 inches, or is 1,728 inches cubed. So let's look at how this works in a problem. You need to purchase a swimming pool cover that will fit on your 10-foot by 12-foot swimming pool. The prices are listed for areas in meters squared. So you need to convert your pool dimensions into area and then change the units. So to get the area, we're going to take our 10 feet times our 12 feet, and we get 120 foot squared. Then to convert that to meters squared, okay, we're going to start with our 120 foot squared. I need foot to cancel, so I put foot on the bottom and inches on the top, but because I have foot squared, I have to square my unit and my number on the bottom and on the top. So I end up with 1 foot squared on the bottom and 12 inches squared on the top. Foot squared will cancel, and so now I have inches, but I'm trying to get to meters. So in my next conversion factor, I put inches on the bottom and centimeters on the top. But again, because I have inches squared over here, I need to square my inches on the bottom and my centimeters on the top. So I have 1 inch squared on the bottom, 2.54 centimeters squared on the top. Inches now cancels, and I'm left with centimeters. To convert from centimeters to meters, I put 100 centimeters on the bottom and 1 meter on the top. But yet again, my unit is squared, so I need to square my centimeters and the 100. So I have 100 centimeters squared on the bottom, 1 meter squared on the top. Now when I put this in my calculator, I'm going to enter 120 times 12 squared times 2.54 squared divided by 100 squared. So you have to remember to square the number when you put it in the calculator, and when you do that, you end up with 11.1 meters squared. So this process works the same whether you're talking about a cube or a square. So whether it's to the 3rd power or the 2nd power, the process is the same. But what you want to remember is that you need to convert all numbers and all units with the square or the cube once you start using it. So I want you to try this practice problem. Water flows through each of the discharge gates at a rate of 200,000 cubic feet per second at the Hoover Dam. What is that in cubic meters per hour? Okay, so you need to know that a cubic foot is the unit foot cubed. Okay, right there, and cubic meter is meters cubed. To solve this problem, you're also going to need the conversion factors. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. 1 mile also equals 1,609 meters. Remember to cube your numbers as well as your units as you work your way through the problem. In the end, your answer should be 2 times 10 to the 7th meters cubed per second. Try to set up your problem using the dimensional analysis fraction method so that you end up with that correct answer. Show your notes and your work for this sample problem to Mrs. Benke, and if you have problems getting the final correct answer, make sure you make a note of where you're getting confused and ask Mrs. Benke for help. So in conclusion, when we're dealing with cubes and squares, we solve the problem like any other conversion problem, with the exception that we have to square or cube the number as well as the unit. Good luck.